Hi everybody, it's Oksana, and today is August favorites time. I'm very excited. Unfortunately, I don't have a ton of makeup favorites this month, so kind of struggled trying to figure out makeup items to show you just because I feel like I haven't bought a whole lot of new stuff and I'm not really using anything different and I don't want to be very repetitive, but I came up with a few things that I feel like I should mention that I don't really mention too often, like brushes. I'll talk about brushes in a minute here, and then some skincare items as well. So I will go ahead and start with this. I don't have every single brush here to show you, but I just wanted to kind of give you a sampling of brushes from the Coastal Scents Elite set. I picked out some of my favorites here, and I have more favorites than this for the eye brushes, but again, I just didn't want to show you like 20 brushes. I just wanted to give you an idea, but these are wonderful. If you are on the market for a nice large set of brushes that has a large variety from, you know, phase brushes to kind of medium size brushes to eyeshadow brushes and everything. There's a fan brush, there's little eyeliner brushes. I mean, there's a lot of variety. So I think that it is a really good value because they're really good quality. I've been using them for quite some time now, and I've washed them and stuff like that, and I've noticed that they've held up extremely well. This is my absolute favorite blush brush. As you can see, it's definitely used for blush, but it's so soft, it's the right shape and size, and it works really well. These are all extremely soft. These are some more of my favorite brushes. This one I use for contouring. I didn't contour today, but when I do, this is kind of that great size and shape to go right kind of here, and then also here as well. So I like this brush. I don't think that they are numbered like this. They are sold separately on their website, but this is like BRBS03. I don't think that it's called that. It's called something else. But I also love these two eyeshadow brushes. There's some teeny ones that I really like for more like detailed work, but this is probably my all-time favorite brush. Again, I don't know what it's called on the website, but on the brush itself, it's S06. And this is a really amazing blending brush. I mean, this is incredible. This is all I use now for my crease color. It's like the perfect shape. It fits right in there. And then the size of it, it's a little bit taller, and the bristles kind of go out. And if you can see, they have a lot of movement to them. It's not a very like sturdy brush, so it's good for blending. That's what you want out of a blending brush. You want it to create a lot of movement, and I love this. It works so good. There's two brushes. I really honestly don't know exactly what the difference is because they're so similar looking, but there's two of these little brushes that look like this. And I really like them for getting right into the inner corner and applying an eyeshadow there or color there. It works really great. So just a big fan of that set. And it is a little pricey, but I feel like they're always having sales. And when I bought it, I think it was like a 50% off sale. Granted, this was like a really long time ago. I'm trying to think of whether like a year or two ago this was, but I feel like they have good sales, and Coastal Scents is, you know, you can get some good deals on there. So wonderful brush set that I wanted to mention. And then I have two skincare items that I wanted to mention, and both of these were sent to me quite a while back, a couple months ago. This one was sent a little bit later by the company, and this is Reviva Labs. And I really love these. I've been holding off doing a review / demo of these products for you because I really want to give them time to be able to tell you how they work over time, since natural products tend to work a little bit slower, and I wanted to kind of see the full effect. But they are basically anti-aging products. This is the High-Potency Elastin Serum, and it boosts skin firmness. That's what it says on there. And this is the DMAE and alpha lipoic acid and vitamin C Ester firming eye serum, and they are actually the same sides. And what I have been doing is I've been doing like about half or 3/4 of a pump of each of these two and mixing it together and just applying it all over, including the under eye area. I know this is an eye serum, but because it is kind of, you know, a larger size bottle, I mean, it's the same as this face serum, so I don't feel wrong using it all over my face and not just under the eye area. But I think that these work really good together. When I was reading the little pamphlet that came with this, it talked about, you know, following up with something that has DMAE, and it talked about, you know, getting the full effect and using several ingredients in conjunction with each other. And that's kind of how I got the idea of mixing the two. I thought, why don't I try this? And this one is kind of basic, this Elastin. There isn't a ton of different ingredients in here. Like there is in this one. This has a lot of active ingredients, but this just has Elastin. And so I figured that these would be okay to mix together and they wouldn't have any kind of reaction. Because, you know, sometimes when you mix products, they can like separate or, you know, kind of get a funky texture, but these mix together really nicely and it works really well that way. And I have actually begun to notice some effects on my skin. That's why I wanted to mention these in my favorites video, and then I'll do a full review in a little while on my channel. But I think that there's something they're doing to my skin where it's kind of like it's fresher, it's glowier, the texture is smoother. Maybe that's the firmness from this, I'm not sure. And it looks healthier overall. Like when I see myself without makeup, I feel like it just looks fresher. And in terms of fine lines, I do have some on my forehead. I have one here that is like most apparent to me, and then underneath my eyes they're kind of harder to notice unless my concealer settles into them, of course. And what I noticed, this didn't like wipe away my fine lines, which, I mean, it's not plastic surgery and I haven't used it for that long, so that wasn't something that I was expecting. But I noticed that it takes longer because my fine lines, they're kind of like temporary, they come and go. Like if I look at myself the first thing in the morning when I wake up, when my face has kind of been at rest, I actually don't even see them, but then as soon as I start to talk, just kind of move my face around, these little lines form, and then they stay throughout the day because there's never that period of time where, you know, I keep my face perfectly still. 'Cause if I would, then they would go away after a long while, like overnight. But during the day, kind of once they are there, they stay for the entire day. And so what I noticed after I started using these products is they've become a little bit more temporary than they were. Like it takes a shorter amount of time for them to become less noticeable. Like if I stop smiling, this little smile line will go away quicker. And then of course it'll form again when I start smiling again. But it's just kind of, I don't know how else to describe it other than they become kind of more temporary. So hopefully that's a good way. But I am very happy with those results, and I hope to kind of see more and more with these products as I continue to use them, because I've definitely seen some improvement and I really like what they're doing to my face. And I actually use them as my moisturizer mixed together in the summer. This is enough moisture for me. This is definitely not enough moisture if you have dry skin, but my skin can get a little combination in the summer, so this is fine for me. And I totally forgot to mention, so I'm inserting this little clip while I'm talking about the makeup part of my favorites, but I really wanted to mention this Ecru powder from the All Natural Face. I pressed mine so it's in this tiny little pan, but I believe it's a concealer powder is, oops, what they're calling it, but it's just a very light, just kind of like a skin tone shade with a little bit of yellow to it perhaps. Here's a little swatch of it, and I just love this for setting my under eye concealer and even just like refreshing it. It doesn't get cakey. It just brightens up my under eye area, and it's great for keeping my mascara and stuff from smudging. Sorry, I'm like, I just wanted to refresh it to show you what it would look like, but it's not too drying and it's not too powdery. So if I just put it on, I end up putting it on with my finger, so it goes on in a nice light layer and it just keeps things from smudging, versus like if my lashes are touching my creamy concealer, that might create some smudging, but the powder kind of keeps it all nice and dry. And then because I press this, I just use a little bit of fractionated coconut oil and rubbing alcohol. I don't pick up too much powder because I feel like things can get real cakey underneath my eyes versus other areas of my face. And another favorite is this deodorant, which I've been really enjoying. It's Nature's Gate Herbal Blend Deodorant, and it is lavender and aloe is the one that I have. So this is a really nice formula. It's all natural. You don't have to worry about aluminum or anything like that. And it's kind of a gel, like a clear gel formula, which I love. It's very lightweight. It's not like greasy or heavy. It's exactly like a, I don't know, like your typical gel deodorant, I guess, like the non-natural kind. It just goes on, sinks right in, and it's very, very nice feel to it. And it's not an antiperspirant, obviously, so it's not going to stop you from sweating, but it just kind of helps keep me fresh. I wish the scent was a little bit stronger because it is, I think, just essential oils. So it's got this faint lavender scent. Maybe some of the other scents I will like better. I'm going to try those, or at least smell them in the store and see what I think. But it is a pleasant smell. I do like the smell of lavender, and I just feel like it works quite well. I mean, if you like sweat profusely and you need something to kind of really combat that, or you need something with a really strong scent to kind of, you know, counteract the smell of sweat, I'm not sure that you're necessarily gonna love this, but I think in the realm of all natural deodorants, this is my favorite one. And I also really liked the La Vanilla for the longest time, and I do like the fact that that one smells stronger. But I like that this is kind of a gel consistency and it goes on clear, so that's kind of what pushed this one into being my favorite over that other one that I've used for the past several years. That is that for makeup and skincare, and now I just have a few food items. So first of all are these amazing, amazing almond butter brownies. They are flourless and gluten-free. They can be made vegan. There is an egg, but I will link the recipe below. You can switch the egg. It says for water and flaxseed, I think. It says exactly what to switch it for, but I love making them. I made them 3 times this past month and they are amazing. So the recipe is from Food Babe's blog, but what I do differently is I make my own chocolate, and I have a recipe on making your own chocolate that I will leave below as well, but it's as simple as just melting down some raw organic cacao paste, which is like pure chocolate without any sweetener added to it. It's extremely bitter. And adding something, like I like to add raw honey. You can use whatever sweetener you prefer, but adding a sweetener to it, and that essentially, now it's chocolate. If you let it solidify, it will be chocolate. But I actually don't let it solidify. I leave it in that melted state and I mix that in with the rest of the ingredients for the brownies. And so I think the original recipe is supposed to have chunks of chocolate, but in mine it's kind of all mixed together. And I really, really like them. I'm going to show you a little clip of what they look like, but they're just so yummy. They're so easy to make. There's not a ton of ingredients. It doesn't take a lot of time. And they're kind of healthier. Like, there's still sugar in them, obviously, but there's, you know, not a lot of junk. It's like good, healthy ingredients, and the cacao paste has magnesium and vitamins and antioxidants in there. So just a recipe that I've been really liking. And then another food item is this. These are macaroons, and the brand is called Hail Mary, and I've always wanted to pick these up, but I was a little hesitant because they're a little pricey, There's not a whole ton of them in there. And then when Brianna was visiting, she told me that she really liked them, and we were actually in a store and I ended up buying them. And they're really, really yummy. So they have very basic ingredients. They have maple syrup, this is all organic by the way, shredded coconut, fair trade dark cocoa, organic extra virgin coconut oil, organic Madagascar bourbon vanilla, and sea salt. And they are just very delicious. They melt in your mouth. I love macaroons, I love coconut, I love chocolate, so this is kind of the perfect combination for me. Actually, it doesn't say, I just mentioned organic, but there isn't like that little organic seal, but all of the ingredients, except for the fair trade dark cocoa, that's the only one that doesn't say organic, but everything else says organic. So pretty much organic, non-GMO certified, gluten-free certified, vegan. So these will really appeal to a wide range of people. But I think that they're yummy and they're a great treat. This is probably something that if you wanted to be crafty, you can cook up yourself in your kitchen, just because there's so little ingredients. And it will be cheaper. These were on sale when I bought them for $3.99 for this package, by the way. But if you're, in a hurry and you want kind of a healthier treat, they're in the refrigerated section of my Earth Fare, but I think they're probably also in Whole Foods and other health stores. So I just wanted to mention these because I really like them. A lot of chocolate treats for me this month as my favorites. And then another favorite is not an actual item, but it's going to the gym. I know that sounds so, I don't know, just kind of weird for me to say that because I've never thought of going to the gym as like, yes, I get to go running, like I've been looking forward to this all day. I've always thought of it as like, like I'm tired just thinking about how tired I'm gonna be when I'm running. That's always been kind of, I like exercising, and I've exercised throughout my life, and I was on a track team both in high school and in college, so I like to run and I don't like to run. When I'm not running, I kind of feel like I do like it, and then when I'm actually running and I'm feeling the burn and I'm feeling tired and I'm sweating, then I'm kind of like, oh, when is this gonna be over? So what's kind of made the difference for me this time around is I found ways to go about it to take my mind off of the fact that I'm exercising, and I think that really helps, because then you forget you're doing it, and before you know it, you're like, oh, I reached my goal and I'm done, and it feels great. And what I've been doing is I've been running on the treadmill, and I have my phone and my ear, what are those called? My earphones. I have the things in my ear and my phone, and I'm watching YouTube videos as I am running on the treadmill at the gym. And that is just amazing because first of all, I've been kind of behind on YouTube videos, so this is allowing me to catch up and watch more videos, and it just kind of gets me in the zone and I forget that I'm doing any exercise. And then also another thing that I think has made a great difference for me is that being a busy mom of 2 little kids, it's so hard to find free time, and it's so hard to do something for myself. So they have a free babysitting service at the gym, so just kind of doing something for myself and then be able to just kind of take like a nice relaxing shower without rushing, without anybody screaming or fighting in the background and just kind of like stressing while I'm doing it, just be able to relax and have my mind be at peace, both while I'm exercising and taking a shower and all that stuff. It's just like a really positive experience for me now. It's like this little getaway every day, and it's just been really wonderful. So I wanted to mention that. That's more of like a experience favorite, I guess. And that's actually it. I really don't have a lot of favorites this month, unfortunately, in terms of makeup, but hopefully I will have some for you next month, because I have gotten some new things towards the very end and they didn't quite make the cut, because I can't say it's an August favorite if I used it for like the last 3 days of August. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this, and thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.